Hey YouTube, what's worse than a single typing cup? A single typing cup with 4 Pokemon banned. What's worse than a single typing cup with 4 Pokemon banned? A single typing cup with 4 Pokemon banned on for 2 weeks. And that is exactly what we are looking at with Electric Cup. It is a 1500 CP league, only electric Pokemon, right? So single typing electric with 4 Pokemon banned. Stunfisk, Heliolisk, Charjabug, and Vikavolt. So the question is, what does that leave you? And the answer is not a lot. Here are the top 20 Pokemon. 20 Pokemon is very much a stretch, and you're gonna see that in the teams here. Basically, there's like 6 Pokemon. So the main one is, so in this meta is when you have a single typing meta, you become stronger when you have moves that are not your typing, right? And that's what you're seeing right off the top 4 here. So we have Lantern with Water Gun and Surf, right? It has Thunderbolt on it. You're never probably going to need Thunderbolt on it because everything is electric. So at best, it's like resisting. And I don't even know. Yeah, like if you don't have Thunderbolt on it, does not matter. So you run Water Gun, you run Surf. That's basically all you need. It's tanky. It's gonna do fast move damage. You get to the Surf quick to do charge move damage. And there's like a decent amount of like rock and stuff in this that you're gonna hit super effective. So Lantern near the top. Minim, if you haven't played this in the past, Minim was one of the best safe swaps because you have a quick attack, which charges pretty fast, and then you have a Grass Knot. So really the only thing you're gonna have real, like, Grass Knot will hit super effective on Lantern, he'll super effective on the rocks here. Neutral in a lot of other situations. You do get a little trickier if they are something that resists the grass. So you see Magnezone on there, you see Galvantula as a half bug on there. So that is where it gets a little tricky, but still very solid overall Pokemon. Luxray, note the hidden power Ground. So Luxray has hidden power, but all different typings. So it can be ground, it can be water, it can be normal, it can be a few others. So just be aware that you need hidden power ground on this for it to actually be as strong as it is. Ground hitting super effective on electric, right? So that is why you are able just to dominate with that ground hidden power. If you don't have ground hidden power on it, it's not as good. So just keep that in mind. Don't use it without hidden power ground. So you just hidden power ground super effective on most things. Psychic Fangs to lower their attack or lower their defense, and then just combo that. Galvantula, notice Fury Cutter, right? No electric move on it. Fury Cutter, Lunge, Energy Ball, Grass. So bug, grass. There's no point of running an electric move in this. So just you need to change the movesets on that. This will give you play against a lot of stuff. Not everything, but a lot of stuff. Having that moveset. You do have Shadow Magnezone on here, and this is where it's just like, okay, what do you have left? You have a lot. I'm gonna go over the. Let's just go over the rocks first, because there's Geodude on here, there's Graveler, and there's Golem. Rock type moves, right? So rock will do generally good against electric because you will resist the electric moves and hit for neutral on most things here. So that is why they are so high. But again, when Lantern is number 1 as a water Pokemon, that makes it a little trickier to run. Plus, again, look at Minim at number 2 with Grass Knot. Galvantula at number 4 with Energy Ball. So why, even though they are strong versus everything else, maybe not Magnezone because Magnezone's half steel, that's why it gets a huge discount in the ratings. It's because your top 4 or 5 Pokemon are going to be able to beat it relatively easy. So it has play, but again, cover your main Pokemon weakness of the top meta here. And then there's like Magnezone. Magnezone's an interesting one. I guess Mirror Shot is okay, and Wild Charge. The thing with Wild Charge on here is that it's still going to hurt, resisted or not. Wild Charge from a Shadow Magnezone is going to hurt. So I think in most neutral situations, and by neutral I mean like resisted situations, because everything's going to resist, not everything, but not Lantern, but everything else pretty much resists it. You're still going to hit for a good amount here. And then Hussein Electrode, again, it's half grass, so half grass makes it even better to resist all the electric moves, makes it better to resist the water gun, and you have the energy ball. So there's that. And then the rest of it, again, you're going to have Ampharos because it has Brittle Swing and Trail Blaze. You're going to have normal Electro because it has Foul Play and Hyper Beam. So it's finding all these secondary Pokemon. Close Combat on Palmot. It's finding all these second Pokemon Manectric with Overheat to find these secondary Pokemon that have just moves that you can use. But the problem is when I started putting teams together, and you're going to see right with team number 1, I started with Lantern, and essentially said like, okay, Lantern Galvantula Core is basically going to cover pretty much everything, right? Except for Galvantula Mirror Match there. So that's a Mirror Match. But everything else, you have coverage down the board, right? Lantern's going to deal with most things. Even in bad scenarios, you're still going to get good chip because there's really not a ton that resists it. Hussein Electrode is one of the higher ones there. But then you put in a Galvantula to deal with those. And then a third, I put in Manectric. You can honestly put in pretty much whatever you want. I put in Manectric because it's like it has the nuke of Overheat. You might want to always have 2 answers for Lantern if you're going to run this meta. And there's enough things with like a grass type move that you can. So there's that. The second team, I start with Minim because again, I think it's a good safe swap. Not a lot of hard losses on here, so there are some losses, but you're strong enough to be able to just kind of like just chip with anything. Then I put in Graveler because I want like, okay, let me test one of these rock Pokemon. And you get what you expect, right? You're going to dominate Galvantula because it's half bug, so you hit super effective with the rock. But there's still a lot of losses in here, which is because, again, there's a lot of stuff that have grass secondary moves here, right? Minim, Electrode, Ampharos all have a grass secondary move, which means they are going to be able to take you out with a super effective move. And then I put in Hussein Electro because, again, I think as a half, if everyone's going to be running Lantern, I think that's the best answer. Just keep in mind, as a grass, you'll be super effective to the Fury Cutter from Galvantula. So that is your sort of trade-off, and that is why they cover each other's weaknesses. And one more team here, because you cannot put many teams together here. Luxray, I put in Luxray with the hidden power there. It's still kind of glossy. What you don't see here is that you might want to take a lot of these to like the 2 shield. Where you just like, I actually put in regular, and that's probably why. The shadow is way better, because the shadow is where, I should have put in the shadow. Let me actually just run that analysis on the side here, because I believe that the shadow is going to pick you up many, many more wins, because you're doing your fast move damage. Super effective, and then you're just lowering their defense to do more fast move damage. So that is why you want the shadow version, because then your fast move is picking up more damage, and then you're going to win more matchups. So let me just put it in here. So with the shadow version, you win Lantern that you don't win here. You win. So you still lose Minim, you still lose Galvantula, you still lose Hussein Electro, but you pick up Manectric and you pick up Ampharos as well, right? So the shadow version. You lose Emolga, which makes sense because you're not doing, Emolga's half flying, so you're not really doing anything with the ground type hidden power. So, but again, that shadow being able to like just attack, fast move damage, lower their defense is why it makes it so strong. I put in Electrode also as a safe swap because again, it has Foul Play and it has Hyper Beam. So in general, that's a pretty solid combo for a safe swap. And then I put in, again, covering Galvantula with a Geodude. Geodude, Graveler, Golem all have the same sort of play. You may get some people to try and go ABB with like Graveler, Golem, Graveler, Geodude in the back with something that can just like really, really hard punish Lantern. But there's not a lot of stuff that hard punishes a water in this meta. So you're not even really going to hard punish a Lantern. Anyways, we have a very, very, very limited meta with like 6 or 7 usable Pokemon in a league that is lasting 2 weeks. So I'll do a couple of videos at the beginning, but I've got to imagine that the majority of people will play Great League. I'll put out top teams for Great League this afternoon. Let me know in the comments below what you will be playing. I'll probably do a poll on my channel as well, just to get an idea. But I've got to imagine that people will maybe start with Electric Cup, do a couple, realize it's super limited, it sucks, and then go to Open Great League where you have more flexibility. And it's Ultra League next week. Again, it's a pretty rough schedule because this goes Ultra League and Electric Cup again, and then it goes only Catch Cup as your option for the second last week, and then Great League, Ultra League, Master League Open for the last week. So we will see how it goes. Let me know in the comments below what you are playing, and check out the video this afternoon. Also, I mentioned maybe I'll probably do at least 1 or 2 of these over the next couple of weeks. I feel like it's pretty rough here. Is that I put out a game mechanics video on fast move timing, fast move optimization. So check that video out, and then I'll put out more game mechanic videos moving forward. So hit that subscribe button if you are new to the channel. Hit that like button, and I will see you guys in the next one.